Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines 2. Okay, in the last episode we started this kind of expansion planning over here. And I think this might be a little bit, there'd be higher density over here and a little bit lower density I think in here. But still maybe a little bits of like medium density throughout this kind of rolling hills area I think. But I think in the first instance we need to up our high density game a little bit more. And I think what makes sense as a bit of a kind of CBD district for us, or downtown area would be something like this, and we can slowly spill into a little bit more high density into these hills as well, maybe medium density over there. But yeah, I think we want to really grow our population now. So let's get into it. Let's start upzoning some of these areas. I'm going to start with the medium density styled buildings. Let's just let's just see what happens. So we've got a little bit over there. This is row housing, which I think is fine. We're going to keep that in place. Let's start it off on this side. I may be doing, shall we just do 3x4s kind of situations here? So if we were to do that, oh, hang on. Let's just do that. Now, if we do a 3x4, what's the kind of a height? I think the 3 is about what we're going to start doing in this general area here. So let's do that. So now we've got, yeah, that's going to be okay. Yes, this is going to, I think, fill in a lot neater. But we need to keep an eye on that. The medium density isn't going to last forever, really. We'll do that. We'll start filling that one in a little bit more. And it'll be a slightly more slower process because we just want to make sure we're not overdoing it in terms of sizing. So that's this side. At the same time, I think we can do the other side as well. So we've got commercial demand, but not commercial high density yet. So the question is really, we have commercial high density, right? We do, but for some reason the demand isn't actually showing up here. Not like the others. But anyway, maybe what we'll do, we've got some high density in there. And I think what we'll do is what kind of buildings do we have here? So we've got a bit of a gas station here, I think, right? What is this? Petrochemicals, yeah. So that seems to be the case there. This is that's actually an entertainment venue. And this is a pharmacy. So let's actually start with something on that side. Throw in something like, we're just going to do maybe something like this, right? And we're going to get rid of that, and it'll start filling in a little bit over there. We're going to slowly get a slightly higher density grow in this area. What is this stuff? Is this, yeah, this is just the same kind of stuff again. Convenience store, furniture store, kind of looks about the same. But yeah, filling in this area, making it a little bit more high density is really kind of the name of the game. And we don't want to get crazy with the sizing of this stuff. So what we'll do is let's get the next 3x3 like so. Get this one and that one going. Excellent. We can just keep doing that really. There we go, even more, and we'll do one more, and then we'll have a little bit more room at the back here. So we'll do one more, kind of like so, and we'll take away the zoning over there. There we go. So let's just do that. We'll get slightly more high density. We'll see about parking up this area a little bit. We're going to need more parking, I'm sure. What is the cost of this? This is actually full. Shall we up our parking fees a little bit? We probably need to have a look at what other kind of parking facilities we can provide. And maybe on the back street over here might be really good. So let's have a bit of a look there. This is huge. We can do an overground structure, but that's going to be, yeah, that's just a bit too much at this point in time. At these densities, it's just going to be too much at the moment. Actually, a lot of the stuff is coming back in. I think we might expand down this street first. I do wonder if a combination and an inclusion of some row houses in here might be good, but I don't think so. I think that's probably about enough row housing as a bit of a row house district. It looks pretty neat as it is, and I do like the little back area here. Definitely need some more trees in there as well. Could even do some stuff on here before we actually get into the park. Yeah, I think that's probably good. And I do think, yeah, I will leave the parking on the road here. Let's speed it up a little bit so things grow a little quicker. I don't want to go over the top with sized buildings, right? So this is about the height that we're going to achieve here at this point in time, and that should grow our population a fair bit, I think. So if we were to go and say, let's just zone this entire thing, maybe if we do that, we are actually getting the 4 deep. So let's do that. And what I want to do is, yeah, this isn't working. The 4, actually the height is okay. Let's see what comes out of this. With a combination of 3s and 4s, the height isn't too bad. So maybe medium density just doesn't go higher than that. So that's okay. And then similarly, we'll need some work over here. What is that? A brag and roost. We might keep that one in there as a bit of an interesting area. And this is just, so what we'll do is we'll kind of leave that because that's pretty cool. It looks like it's a little bit of a more older, that must be the European theme stuff, I think. And actually, that's something that we could have a look at. So this is American style, and it doesn't really tie in together quite nicely. But what if we were to say, grab ourselves some European-styled higher density buildings? Well, actually, it's just going to be, let's just do that and see what we get. So on the corner there, we'll get a European style and see how that looks. I do want to make sure that we keep growing this fairly sustainably. I'm going to leave that building there. And what we'll do is let's look at maybe European styling up this area here. So let's trim back those. I think we can remove that. That's pretty good. We'll remove that. That's awesome. And then what we'll do is we've got the European style going on here. We don't want it to get too big though. So if we do like 3x3 there, 3x3 on this side, and then maybe 2. Yeah, that's probably okay. Let's get rid of this one, get that one to grow in there, and then we'll get a 2x something in there. There we go. So let's see what this European style stuff looks like. It's slightly lower. And it might be interesting in this area, to be honest. Be keen to have a look at that. We've got plenty of demand, so we really need to start growing as well. I wanted to have a bit of a look at this and see if we may be able to grow that a little bit more. I think it's fairly efficient. It's a high level. It should be doing a lot. Oh, look at all of these trucks coming through here. Where are they going? This is Grinder Rock. Where did these trucks come from? Let's have a look. Can we importing? Okay, so we're not generating enough stone, I think. Oh, we can actually have a look at that. I want to expand some of these areas. What is this? High resource costs. That's an interesting one. It's the first time I've seen that notification. So obviously it's finding it expensive to get its internal resources going. Ah, here we go. Starting to see a little bit of traffic. I do wonder. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Why are you guys importing through there? You should be... okay. So what we're going to do, I garden, we want a truck ban here. Heavy traffic ban. Thank you. So I don't want you to be driving through here. You should be making use of our larger area up here. And one thing that I thought might be useful for us is if we decide to... we don't want that. Let's pull it back a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. Can we make this work? There we go. That's what we want. Okay. So what we need to do here is we need to get into our tools and fix this up a little bit. So this, I love that. So let's fix this up. We'll make this an easier bit of a turn here. So what we want is we want to make sure that that is banned. You can only go that way. We want to remove signals there. We want to remove that. We want to remove that. This one of these will stay. Yeah, that one can stay. Why is that still... Come on, ban that movement. We don't want that to happen. There we go. And so why is it still doing it? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Now it's better. We definitely want to ban that. We want to remove this signal. We want to remove this one here. We want to remove that one there. This is going to be all free flowing, really. And what we will do is we'll yeah, that's actually stop doing that. Maybe they were just on their path already. Yeah, see, that's now a much nicer little turn that we're doing there. We can even put a little tree in there. These guys should be all good, right? Straight through there. Still one that's done that move. Everything else should still be working. Now, the one thing that I did want to do is I did want to upgrade this to an asymmetrical one. Yeah, so we don't have... If we were to do a little section of asymmetrical on this side... No, on the... so something... If we were to do something like that... Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. So we're going to effectively provide them their own lane so they don't really have to stop. That's good. And then what we'll do is we'll try and add a little bit of kind of extra trees on the edge here. We can't do that. This one doesn't want to. Not at all.
We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So
So we can do that, but we can't do this. So there's no room for us to really expand that. So it's a little weird here in terms of how it's actually going to get those guys to get in here. But I think that's going to smooth things out there a fair bit. We could continue the asymmetrical one here. In the future, we might do that. So at the moment, we've just kind of increased that a little bit over here. This guy is... Oh, we should stop the right turn here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's be very clear that we are going to ban the right turn there, so that the right turn actually happens over here only.
Interesting news from the city.
Here we go. So that looks it's a fair marked improvement there, and now the heavy vehicles will only be running up and down there. So we should no longer see the significant heavy vehicles trying to access this area. Let's have a look at what this looks like. I actually like this European style commercial buildings a fair bit. That's a pretty cool looking building right there. And these are a little bit higher. That's okay. And that actually kind of steps down quite nicely over here. That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's do... I'm going to probably get rid of this area here as well. And we're going to see about sizing up. Actually, let's do... Down this stretch, let's do a little bit of mixed, right? So let's do a little bit of this. So let's trim that back. And what we'll do is we'll do that one there. And we'll trim these back. And what we'll do is we'll do those. So let's clear this out. Oh, hang on. Now that that's in place, we'll do another one there. Another one there. Maybe a smaller one over there. Perfect. So that should give us a nice little mixed-use strip down here. I'm tempted to put in another parking at the back here, actually. So I think we've got enough room to provide something a bit more tangible. Not quite. Yeah, something like that. Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. And what we'll do is we will remove that. So that's okay. It's going to be that area. And then what we'll do is we'll actually add a little bit more of this high density stuff in here. These are like fuel stations, which not too bad. But what we can do to make it look a little bit nicer is we can actually add more laneways. So let's try and keep it nice and straight here. Is that's filling up to the back, right? I just want to double check. It's actually not. So if I were to kind of put a bit of a lane at the back here, that actually works. So that's pretty cool. So we've got a double laneway setup going on over here. Just to get it a little bit more interesting. And what we'll do is we'll remove some of this stuff here. Clean out all of that, and we'll see what we can do in terms of getting that zoning looking a little bit better. Oh, that's really interesting. And it looks so cool opposite the park here. Oh, I think this looks really good. We'll keep this. That one looks a little funny, though. I was wondering whether we can do a little bit better than that. Maybe we'll... It's going to be such a nice little feature if it gets the same kind of thing on the other side there. But it won't, because these are larger buildings. So it really won't. So it's just going to be about the end of that, ending up like so. So that's fine. And I think that's going to be kind of the extent of our European stuff on here. And then we're going to go back and do a little bit more American style, or North American style at least. So let's get out those two out of the way there. We will find some more stuff. So now if we have a look at this, we need to probably try and trim our pathways a little bit. So for instance, if we were to do this, we'll get a little bit more there. If we were to do that, we'll get a little bit more on both of them. Yeah, that's about right. And then what I'll do is I'll do that. Okay, so that's actually going to give us a fair bit to work with in this area. Just slightly smaller pieces, really. So we'll go back to a bit of North American style, and we'll do maybe the 2x2s. Actually, no. Let's forget about that, and let's do 3x3. That's okay. Let's do that. Maybe that'll work quite nicely. Okay, that's okay. We do that. Yeah, that's good. I think that's going to be fine. We do this one. Will that be yeah, okay. And something like that. Okay. It's going to be, I think that's going to look a little bit more interesting in this area. We've got some higher buildings coming in. Got something burning over here. Hopefully the fire department is on its way. Should be pretty close over there. Rushing down the road. Yeah, here we go. They're coming. Oh, and we can, of course, do the opposite side of that one. And maybe even a smaller, like European style over there. And what I was wondering is, if we were to do a little bit of this, I don't want to mess it up, though. I don't think this will actually give us anything to work on this side with. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that. Sorry, don't do that. Just pause it. And give me a nice big one in there. What we'll do is we'll do one more small, actually European styled one in there. And I think that should really do the trick. So it's going to just, I think I want to kind of encase these buildings in something that's a little bit better there. That's going to be okay. And that means we're going to be able to, well, the question is, do we actually squeeze something more in here? Why are you breaking my zoning, man? Why are you breaking my zoning? Give me this one. Stop breaking my zoning. Let's just see if we can't fix the zoning again. Why is it doing it on there? Ah, okay. Well, let's... There we go. Get that to work again. This should be fine on this side, really. Okay, that should be good. Can we remove that and keep it in there? And what we'll do is let's just check this one. And if I then remove that one there, what does it do here? It doesn't give me anything on this street. Unfortunately not. Anyway, that'll kind of look okay, I think, ultimately. Yeah, that's the more American style stuff, slightly smaller. Yeah, I like the idea of doing that. What we'll do is let's try and make some of these pathways just work a little bit better for us. I don't want to drop the zoning, so just make it keep it going straight. That one's okay. Something like that, that's okay. Can't see anything behind here. If I then do that, that should be okay. We can just be little park-like pieces. But people are actually walking through there. I like that idea. That's really good. It does look nice that it can actually do that. And what we definitely want to do is we definitely want to tie it in somewhere over here so we can actually get connected on this side and have people kind of meander through here. That's pretty good. And what we'll do is we'll put some trees in there, and it's going to be a nice little more intense downtown-y area. We're making a bit of money over here now. And we should be seeing a fair bit more traffic make its way in here. Kind of keen to get rid of some of these paths here. If we do that, well, that won't break zoning, will it, right? Yeah, let's just get rid of that. So we try to keep Orchard a little bigger. And to be honest, I'm kind of wondering whether I expand this road a little bit more, something a little bit more sizely, because this is one of our key internal roads here. Maybe even all the way from there. We'll have a bit of a look. If we were to upgrade this to a slightly larger road, just keeping it simple though. If we were to do this, actually think we've got plenty of room to do that upgrade all the way through here. And then the question is, do we need it any further than that? Not really. I think that's okay. That'll be fine. It's not actually tying into too much. We just have around this road here. And then if we were to expand that a little bit, can we do maybe asymmetrical? I just want to see. Asymmetrical will work. We're trying to get people out of here a little quicker. What does this one look in terms of asymmetry? It's getting out as well. So potentially this one needs to go in. Let's do this one, an inbound asymmetrical lane. To kind of move traffic in here a little bit more. We've got a signal there automatically because of it. I think is okay. This will move it in here a little quicker. Let's, I'm going to go ahead and probably expand. You know what? This one. Let's get this one upgraded like so. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind that too much. I don't want it to be, you know, I actually want it to go the other way around. And then what we'll do is we'll expand symmetry over here. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Let's do that. Get a dual left turn going here to get people into this area where they can then feed into their various areas. That's a slightly larger little section of Oxford Street through there.
This has been a local.
If we wanted to asymmetrically deal with this one, we could.
The channel where the classics never grow old. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is...
Excellent. Okay, now let's, we've got tons of demand, and now we'll see about moving some more stuff in here. I was kind of wondering whether the school is maxed out. So in order to get this to be a little bit, get a bit more density going on here, I'm thinking let's get a laneway in here. I think adding laneways with smaller kind of sized buildings gives us a lot more, flexibility in that space. Let's do up to there, and then I want to hug the back of this. There we go. If we do that, and I do that, then we should be able to actually in Grove Lane here get some more stuff going on. We can keep some of that, put some trees in there, and then we can get a few more buildings at the back there. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm thinking back to a little bit of European theme here now. So this should be fine. I can just zone it all at once. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Not going any deeper than that, but we'll get a little bit of commercial to the back there. Oh, this is the... Oh, yeah. This is the shops at the bottom with residential at the top. Yeah, I like that. On the park, yeah, that's pretty cool. Good, let's fill this in a little bit, then we'll put some trees in. You know what I'm going to also do? I'm actually going to expand this over here so that they've got that going on. Now into this parking area. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. This area has already now lost its way a little bit. What we can also do is expand it like so up to there, and then we'll try and get our zoning sorted out here. So let's dezone that. We'll keep that building. It's okay. We'll dezone that. We'll get rid of that, and we'll see if we can't. See, that's better. That's what I want. Can't I get any zoning on this one? That's interesting. I wished I could have get a little bit more zoning going on here, but that should work. We'll keep with that European kind of theme in there, and then maybe we'll flip over to the North American style on this side. We'll do a bit of that. There we go. Just to kind of densify this area up. A lot of open space is also going to be problematic in this area. Lots of parking is being utilized here, so that's all good. Yeah, and our traffic should be all good in these areas. Nice. Okay, excellent. Let's continue. So that's the commercial area here. So that's working really well. What we need to do is then expand what we've got beyond that. Oh yeah, these are popping in as well. I think that's going to look really nice. Yeah, just a kind of a slow and growing little cluster there. Okay, now if I were to now say, so from a residential perspective, these areas here would now be more undesirable. No, they don't seem to be the case. Doesn't seem to be the case. And we'll go back to a kind of a North American style step down here. So if I went and said, let's do that, and let's do this, shall we see what we get out of that? I need to do a bit of this. And what I might end up doing is, yeah, so the height there is going to be just fine. What I might end up doing is I might start stepping down with a little bit more row housing. But I think ultimately this entire area is going to turn into that. And we're just going to have this like one mansion over here. Maybe we'll ultimately go a bit more high density even here. But anyway, we're really expanding that now. Medium density demand is growing quite significantly. You kind of wonder whether we actually do some row housing onto this one as well. Obviously doesn't give us room to do anything with it in the future. You wonder if we do a bit of an upgrade here, but we don't need it yet. So that's still just a smoothing out the traffic there. There are some mods in which we can then actually activate and play with the phasing a little bit. But I like this. I mean, these kind of funny, the new road tools, I mean, they work really well in terms of making these things work really nicely for us. And just the pure idea of not having the buildings onto this road will make it work quite a bit better, I think. Here they come. Buildings are coming in quite nicely. We'll have a fair bit of people being able to move in, and we're growing that demand a little bit here. Let's have a quick look. If we go through this area, what's happening? So road condition is okay. If we want to have a look at, this is just road condition. If we look at traffic, yeah, we're starting to see some traffic pressures in various locations, but that's okay. What I'd rather do is have a look at traffic volume. The traffic volume, there's obviously all the traffic into the city is coming in through there. And then we've got a few stretches where we're starting to see a little bit busier. Electricity is fine. That's not what I want. Water should be absolutely fine. Groundwater over there. Healthcare coverage is reasonable, though it is dropping out all the way over there. We might want to get into some of these things. We're not doing our own. So one thing that we can do is do our own waste management, probably somewhere alongside of our highway, to be honest. I don't think we're going to add something in here, though we can probably do, similarly to this, we can do a landfill site in here as well, in the back of this industrial area. I think that's actually something that we want to do. Fire coverage is pretty reasonable. But a few shelter availability. What is it that I'm actually looking at over here? Emergency shelter coverage. Building damage, I think, is what we're looking at there. Police is good. A little bit bad over there, but not too bad. This is administration, which we're really not doing much of. Education. We're dropping off on education over here a fair bit. And some of these close by buildings are not actually getting its appropriate education in there. Have to keep an eye on that. These spots here, that's not quite happy. Also, public transport, it's all over the city at the moment. We don't have mail. Mail is something we want to do. Yeah, we want to do that, and this is okay for the time being. We've got pretty good internet coverage throughout. Parks is pretty good in this area, though those streets are complaining that they don't really have access. So we might do a smattering of other parks in this area as well. Maybe, this one would be a really good spot for that, like that picnic fire or that campfire site. Tourism spots, interesting over there. Not a lot going on through here, but that little building there is still a nice little tourism spot for us. I like that idea, actually. Working really well. But yeah, tourism, we still have a long way to go to get our tourism really, really working for us. Yeah. Okay, connections, that's okay. Residential, we're not actually looking at levels just yet. That's a commercial area. Ooh, there's a lot of demand in this spot for commercial. customers here is great. So what I think we need to do is do something here for a little bit more commercial on here. So what I think we'll do, this is awesome. I think we're gonna do the mixed use. We're gonna continue that theme of mixed use, European style along at least a little stretch more here. That's gonna be really good. Yeah, I think that's good. Industrial all the way over here. Industrial suitability is bad. That's an interesting one. You wonder, it's probably too expensive. So if we do actually build a port here, that might be a little bit better. We can see about getting a small port going. That might be quite interesting. I don't think we'd have rail on the island. I don't think it'll work. We might do kind of something like a tram network or something, but we won't have industrial rail in here. And then we've got a few smattering of offices in a few locations. We can really actually up that a little bit. We do actually, this area should probably get some offices in here as well, but I'm just worried about the low density nature of the offices. And then we've got building levels. So these are fairly low building levels, and we hope to see that improve over time. But yeah, these are still pretty low level. So what we do want to see is how is this guy going to upgrade its level, commercial wealth and profits. We do need potentially to have a look at the taxes for it. Let's quickly go through the rest of it now. That's the building level. This is the land value. So land value is really rising in this area. I still don't really understand why that area is so high in value. Wow, look at this. Why is this such high value? That's amazing. I find it very funny. And then company profitability. That's reasonable. Natural resources. Yeah, okay. Just the general population. Unemployment is fairly low, 5.4%. That's a very reasonable unemployment rate. Happiness is it's generally pretty good, though it is dropping down a little bit over here. Is it healthcare coverage? I think that's what we're looking at, is healthcare coverage that's doing that. Citizen wealth, hopefully that's moving in the right direction. It's a little bit of a mixed bag. Lots of workplace availability in this area. With the bus stop over there, it's starting to get a little bit far though. But anyway, we'll keep that in mind. And then we've got some pollution and other bits and stats here. Okay, going to get out of there. I'm going to end the episode now once I've done a little bit more of the mixed use European style. And we'll go with the same four. So if we do a bit of that and we do a bit of this over here, that should give us a pretty reasonable use of this area here. And I think ultimately we might end up doing a lot more of that all along some of these stretches here. But it's going to look pretty cool. So I've got these little areas and it's obviously going to be a disaster for traffic if we keep loading traffic onto these roads. But generally it seems to be coping pretty nicely. This worked out quite well for us, I think. And if we continue to do commercial down here, these mixed use things, and maybe we'll see about what we do on this street. But if we continue to do that, we should have reasonable access to commercial for all of the residents in this area. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be all good. Excellent. I kind of like this area. Let's do a little bit more tree lining stuff in here. So what do we have here? We've got some chestnut trees. So let's grab more chestnut trees and just do a little bit of detailing and then we end the episode there. Chestnuts, there we go. So what I'll do is I will extend the chestnut tree line at the back here. I think it's just going to look nice to run it through there.
Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
We'll do something like that, a little bit offset, but still kind of providing a little bit of tree activity through there. So that's just going to be, this is going to enclose the school a little bit more. We might do a smattering of other trees in here as well.
And we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance.
Something like that. We'll do
Then traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning
a few things there.
you might want
We'll do a couple of little bushes and things down here. I just want to try and make it slightly more interesting. But what we actually want to do is let's
District is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury.
we'll do a little bit of this. We'll do some of these other small ones in the back there.
While sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business.
And I actually think we can run another little path down the back there. If we were to just say, on a path like so, that's pretty good. Could cut it across, but I think that's going to be... would we want to cut it across, though? I think we will. So if we were to remove one tree over there... There we go. So that gives us a fairly direct access to get through here from this area. And that's good. These will grow a little bit more over time. Maybe one or two more big ones. Maybe like something really big. Just nuts. The older. If we just do one. Yeah. 1, 2 alders like that. Just so that this area is a little bit more green and nice. Similarly, I think we'll do very much the same kind of thing over here. Now, these guys just kind of drive in from wherever, really. Yeah, see, they do that. Not bad at all. I wonder if they can get out on that side. They can. Oh, this is awesome. I like how this parking style stuff is actually working. What I'm wondering is actually, can we, if I were to cut it really tight on here. Aha, that's what I wanted. So let's do that. And what we'll do, I'll actually bring in some more of, is it the American style? Oh yeah, I think I'm just using the American style here. So what we'll do is we'll do a bit of that. So we'll get another 2 pretty big ones in here. So it's going to pack it in really tightly. And I like that idea with all the parking in here as well. Packing it in really tightly. Run me some more big trees through here. And we definitely need to see about getting a little park in somewhere. Let's get a few more big trees through here. These are pines. London plane. A linden. Just a few little ones in a spot every now and again. Something like that. Maybe 1 or 2 spruces here. Yeah, something like that. Just to get a little bit of greenery going on. Not too much, though. Something like that. Just so there's a little bit going on. I did zone this area, didn't I? Oh, no, it's zoned to the back there, I think. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll... Oh, there we go. That's fine. I'm happy to fill that in a little bit more. We've got these park-like areas here. Can we squeeze a tiny little park? No, that's... I want something really tiny. A small playground. I actually think... almost get it to work somewhere. I really don't want to remove some of these buildings. It'll squeeze in there. Got one on both sides, really. I don't think we need any extra parks in here. There's already one on that side, so let's just leave it that way. What I'll do is I'll just put some trees in here. So let's put some trees and bushes in here, and then we'll end the episode with this nice little area that we've started the densification of our city. And we may have to expand the school now, actually, now that I think about it. So if we just go some wildflowers, and we'll go slightly bigger, and we'll do a little bit of this, right, and a little bit of these cultivated bushes in there, just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, and then we'll maybe just do a couple of extra trees in there. It would be good if it would be great if we could put some like benches and stuff in here, a few props like that. That's going to be okay. We'll put a nice little line of hickory trees down there. It's just going to look really nice in this area, I think, especially as everything fills in. Look at that. It's really looking good. It's packed nice and tight. If we had small parking areas that we could squeeze in, but the very smallest parking area that we have is just too big, really. A little. If we could fill in some of these areas with like little parking areas where a few cars could park, that would be way more American style for something as dense as this area here. Similarly here, it's really, we needed way more, but I like the, I think this is this the European style, is it? I don't think it is, but I'm just liking this at the back here. It might be the European style. At the back of the school there, trying to get a little bit more density going on here. But that's good, guys. So we're up at about 7,000 people now. We're still making money. Everybody's really happy. The school probably needs a bit of an expansion, so let's actually do that. An expansion wing. We'll add that. So now we have room for a little bit more people in that school there. We don't have the clinic, which is not something we're going to do there anymore. And what's this looking like? These buildings actually look quite interesting. I like this. There's a lot of activity going on here now. Excellent. I like it. Not a lot of people going out this way, but the activity is getting there. Do almost wonder if we can have people actually walk across this one. Might work. Okay, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you have liked it, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. See you next time. Bye-bye.